today's video, I want to talk about fantasy books that are coming out this year. So new fantasy reads that I am personally looking forward to. Now, this list is something very dangerous to me because every time I make these list videos, I start placing pre-orders and I order more books than I actually want or can read during a specific time period. So know that this video might be dangerous for you too, but of course feel free to keep watching. So hello my fellow fantasy book lovers and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi and welcome. My name is Kathy, I'm a goth girl from Belgium and I love to read fantasy books. In today's video I'm going to do a more list type video and run you through some of the releases of April, May, June, July and August that I am personally looking forward to. So these are books that I have either already pre-ordered, oopsie, or that I am really keeping my eye out and hope that they might be in a subscription or that I will get them some other way. Now, the first two books that I want to talk about are already released at the moment that I'm recording this video, but I still want to mention them because I really enjoyed them, or I hope I will enjoy them. The first one is The Hemlock Queen by Hannah F. Whitten. Now, this book is the second book to The Foxglove King, which was a dark gothic type fantasy. I remember especially loving the vibe of that book, and I'm really happy that there is a book 2 of that series. I don't actually own it just yet. I got my first book, so The Foxglove King, through my subscription, I think Fairy Loot or Illumicrate, and I hope that I will get an email soon from them that The Hemlock Queen is also available in that edition, because I would love to have them matching together. And then of course there is the new St. Gibson book that I just got today, the day that I'm recording my videos. It is gorgeous. This one is a little bit more paranormal, I feel, than the other books by St. Gibson, and I will quickly read you the summary. What do you do when the devil comes knocking? This spellbinding story explores love, fear, and the occult, all through the eyes of a psychic prodigy who is desperately trying to find a workaround on an ancestral deal that is threatening his life. And this is actually one of the books that I had really been looking forward to, so once that I knew that it was going to be the April book for Fairy Loot, I was super excited. In the month of May, there's actually no releases on my radar. I could, of course, be missing out on something very big. That might be my mistake. But for the month of July, I actually have 2 that I'm really excited about. The first one is The Mirror of Beast by Alexandra Bracken. You can see over there, I have my copy of Silver in the Bone by them. And I absolutely loved that book. I'm actually running a D&D campaign that is loosely based on the guild system that was in this book. It is very Arthurian inspired. It is a coming of age story. You have these 2 abandoned kids that grow up without their guardian, but they are still part of this guild. And like, I loved the story so much. The magic system I enjoyed thoroughly as well. And I really want to know what is going on now. So I'm very happy that the second book in this series is coming out in July. I'm actually not sure if it's going to be a duology, a trilogy or more. All I know is that I really want to read it, and I hope I will be getting my hands on another Allcrate edition of that book as well, because I loved it so much. After that, we have Apples Dipped in Gold by Scarlet St Clair. This is going to be another one of the fairy tale retellings. I really enjoyed Mountains Made of Glass, and I'm actually really looking forward to it. I hope it's going to be another short and sweet read, and of course, once I get it and read it, I will keep you updated. In August, there's 3 books coming out that I read the first one or the first 2 ones of, and these will follow up on those. The first one is Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Maehrer, and this is the second book from the assistant to the villain. I really loved that book. I thought it was really funny, really well written, so I have high hopes for this second book, and I'm really looking forward to how it continues, and I hope the frog with the little pamphlet thing will still be in it. Let's hope. After that, we have Sarah Hawley's A Werewolf's Guide to Seducing a Vampire. I loved the first 2 books, A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon and A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch. I absolutely loved those. They were very easy, very fast reads for me. They are romantasy and the focus is on the romance and not on the actual story. However, there is a story in these books, of course. And in book 3, we follow a werewolf who online bought a necklace that has a gem that that contains a vampire, and now, of course, he wants to try and seduce her. So that's the basic premises of this book, and I'm really looking forward to how that is developed in this book. And then finally for August, there is Ghostsmith by Nicki Preto. I read Bonesmith not too long ago, or at least it feels like it wasn't long ago. It is a YA fantasy, but I feel like the themes in it are a little bit more adult sometimes as well. Now, some of the characters aren't developed as much as in an adult fantasy. There would have been the darkness in this book, because there is a lot of dark magic happening in it as well. It's very well done, and I really want to know how the magic system continues, because now we got like the tip of the iceberg, and I'm really excited to see how it continues. And then finally, the last book on my list was actually a surprise, because I hadn't really been keeping tabs on it. But there is a second book coming out by Jenna Levine, and it is called My Vampire Plus One. The first book that she wrote was My Roommate is a Vampire, which for me was a little bit slow-paced, and it was sold to me as like this spicy vampire-themed book, and it wasn't really, except like the last few pages or the last few chapters of the book. And in My Vampire Plus One, we don't follow the same characters as in My Roommate is a Vampire. Instead, we follow Amelia Collins, who's tired of constant questions about her non-existing date life. So she decides to get everyone off her back once and for all by inviting the worst person she can find to pose as her date to a family wedding, Reginald Cleves. Reginald is an extremely handsome, which is not in his favor for Amelia's purposes, but he's also rude, infuriatingly arrogant, and wears a riot of clashing clothes that make him look like he got dressed in a skip. All factors in the plus column. And the date goes well. Everyone at the wedding, including Amelia, is horrified by Reginald and his actions, which include crashing the bar, starting up a breakdancing routine on the dance floor, and encouraging the kids to play frisbee with the fine china being used for the dinner. It's really a shame he's so attractive. After the evening is over, Reginald admits to Amelia that he's a vampire, which doesn't frighten her the way he expects it will. In fact, she asks if he would be willing to accompany her to a few more events over the course of the summer to help her further her goals of getting everyone to leave her alone. But there's a fine line between love and hate, and the last thing either of them expects is there might be a growing spark between them. So yeah, this is a typical fantasy romance. I enjoy those. So I'm really excited for this book as well. I know that this isn't all of the fantasy books that are currently being released, but it's the one that I'm currently keeping tabs on and looking forward to reading somewhere this year. Some of them I would love to own a physical copy of, like the Hemlock Queen. I really want that one, and specifically in the same edition as the Foxglove King that I already own. Same goes for the second book in the Silver in the Bone series. I really would love to own that one in a physical copy as well. I already have Evocation because it was in my subscriptions, which I'm very happy about. And then of course Ghostsmith, I would also love to own one of the special edition copies so it matches the one that I already have. Now I bought that one secondhand, so I know it's going to be a little bit more tricky to find it, but I hope it goes well. Feel free to let me know in a comment down below, are you looking forward to one of these books as well? Or is there something completely different that I totally missed and that should be on my radar as well? Feel free to let me know. Of course, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and you'd like to be. I make new videos every week and I would love to have you for every single one of them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon with a new video. Bye!